Born in 1596, René Descartes is one of the most important figures in Western philosophy and mathematics. Born in the town of La Haye en Touraine, France, Descartes began his education in Jesuit schools, where he received a classical education. His intellectual journey began with a thirst for knowledge and a deep dissatisfaction with the scholastic tradition. Descartes was a thinker who questioned traditional knowledge and sought new paths. Descartes sought a new foundation for knowledge, one based on unshakable certainty. This pursuit led him down the path of philosophical skepticism and methodical questioning. This quest led him to question everything he thought he knew, and to embark on a project of radical philosophical doubt. His famous phrase, Cogito, ergo sum, I think, therefore I am, is the most famous result of this process. His revolutionary ideas, forever changing Western thought, influenced generations of philosophers, scientists, and mathematicians. His work laid the foundation for modern philosophy. Descartes believed that true knowledge could only be attained through reason and rigorous investigation. This belief led him to contribute to the development of the scientific method. This belief led him to develop a systematic method of doubt, eliminating everything but the most indubitable truths. Descartes embarked on a process of questioning and reconstructing all kinds of knowledge. Descartes' contributions to mathematics are equally profound. He developed analytical geometry. This was an innovation that fundamentally changed mathematical thought and practice. Today, Descartes' mathematical legacy lives on in classrooms and research labs worldwide. His work is considered one of the cornerstones of modern mathematics and scientific research. Descartes' philosophical project was driven by a deep desire for certainty. He realized that much of what he had been taught rested on shaky foundations. Senses could be deceiving, and even the most cherished beliefs could be false. Descartes' method of doubt involved systematically questioning everything that could be doubted. By entertaining radical possibilities, Descartes aimed to uncover beliefs that were absolutely certain. This search for certainty led him to his famous Cogito argument, summed up as, I think, therefore I am. At the heart of Descartes' philosophy lies his famous declaration, I think, therefore I am. This statement represents a pivotal moment in Western thought and forms the bedrock of Descartes' philosophical system. The Cogito argument emerges from Descartes' method of radical doubt. If it is possible to doubt everything, then there must be something that cannot be doubted. That something is the very act of doubting. To doubt is to think, and to think is to exist. This realization provided Descartes with the unshakable foundation of knowledge he had been seeking. Having established the existence of a thinking thing, Descartes then grappled with what this I really was. Descartes argued that thinking is proof of existence, and, with this thought, sought to understand the nature of the self. He concluded that the essence of the self resides in a non-physical substance he called the mind or soul. This substance exists independently of the physical world and operates according to its own laws. This thinking thing is characterized by its capacity for conscious thought, reasoning, and doubting. Descartes stated that these attributes of the mind are the fundamental elements that distinguish it from the body. It is distinct from the physical world and operates according to its own laws. The mind can exist independently of the body, and this independence is one of the cornerstones of Descartes' philosophy. This separation of mind and body, known as Cartesian dualism, had profound implications for Western philosophy. This separation argues that the mind and body are two distinct substances and can exist independently of each other. The mind, for Descartes, is an active agent with the capacity for independent thought, judgment, and will. These abilities demonstrate that the mind can exist independently of the body and function in its own right. Descartes' understanding of the thinking thing led him to a radical conclusion. The mind and body are distinct and separate entities. With, I think, therefore I am, Descartes argued that thought is the primary proof of existence. This led him to the idea that the mind and body are independent of each other. This idea, known as mind-body dualism, became a defining feature of Cartesian philosophy. Descartes proposed that the mind is concerned with conscious thought and awareness, while the body interacts with the physical world. Descartes argued that the body, being a part of matter, is subject to physical laws and can be understood through scientific investigation. The body can be seen as a mechanical system, operating according to the laws of nature. The mind, on the other hand, is not material and is not bound by physical constraints. The mind is concerned with abstract processes like thought, feeling, and consciousness. Despite maintaining the mind-body distinction, Descartes believed that the brain acts as a bridge between mental and physical processes. However, his explanation of this interaction remained problematic and continued to be debated. Descartes' impact on Western philosophy is undeniable. His emphasis on reason, the method of doubt, and mind-body dualism profoundly influenced philosophical inquiry. Descartes' work ushered in a new era of rationalism, emphasizing the power of reason in understanding the world. His ideas influenced thinkers like Spinoza, Leibniz, and Locke, to name a few. Descartes' legacy extends beyond philosophy, revolutionizing mathematics and paving the way for the scientific revolution. At the heart of Descartes' philosophy lies his method of inquiry known as the Cartesian method. This systematic approach to acquiring knowledge emphasizes doubt, analysis, and deduction. Descartes believed that by applying these principles, one could arrive at true and certain knowledge. The Cartesian method begins with doubt, subjecting all existing beliefs to rigorous scrutiny. This process of radical doubt clears away intellectual debris and unexamined assumptions. With the slate wiped clean, analysis involves breaking down complex ideas into their simplest components. Despite its enduring influence, Descartes' philosophy has faced criticism. His mind-body dualism, in particular, has been intensely debated. Critics question the logic of how two fundamentally different substances can interact. Another criticism is that Descartes' emphasis on reason and the pursuit of absolute certainty is misguided. Critics argue that human knowledge is inherently fallible and that the quest for absolute certainty is unattainable. While Descartes' ideas have been subject to criticism, his impact on Western philosophy is undeniable. His work inspired generations of thinkers, opening up new avenues of inquiry. The rise of empiricism, which emphasized the role of experience in shaping knowledge, was a response to rationalism. Empiricists like Locke and Hume challenged Descartes' emphasis on innate ideas. Despite these challenges, Descartes' influence persists in contemporary debates about consciousness and artificial intelligence. Even though his ideas have been met with criticism, his search for certainty, his method of doubt, and his separation of mind and body have shaped Western thought. His impact on philosophy, mathematics, and science is undeniable. Descartes' I, the thinking thing, continues to resonate today. In an age of rapidly advancing technology, his emphasis on reason and critical thinking remains relevant.